You're looking live at the Yard. It is week number 8 in high school football here in the state of Indiana. It is a chilly, blustery evening here on the IHSAA and Hot Dog Network as the Frankfort Hot Dogs get set to take on the Chargers of North Montgomery in a Sagamore Conference showdown. Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles 976. They are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk. Welcome into the Healthy Communities of Clinton County pregame show, making the healthy choice the easy choice alongside Chris Walker. I'm Kurt Darling. Chris, good to be with you here this evening. Week number 8 of high school football. It's hard to believe.
It really is hard to believe that we're in week number 8 now, doing some of the prep work for the game. I could not believe we're this far into the season so far.
Meanwhile, the Hot Dogs have certainly had better seasons. 1-6 coming in to tonight's contest, taking on a 4-3 squad in North Montgomery. Both of these teams really just trying to set a little bit of a tone as we figure out who these teams may be facing come sectional time here just in a couple days.
Yeah, you want, whatever you do, you want to finish strong. It's late in the year. You need to really polish some things up so you finish strong, so you're your best going in that sectional matchup.
Let's take a look at some players to watch here, starting with Frankfort tonight, brought to you by ISC Sports Network. Local lives here. Garrick Burge. He has certainly been someone that anybody can rely on here if you're the Hot Dogs, and especially if you're the quarterback, Dennis Barkley, so far this season. 21 receptions for 183 yards this year.
Yeah, the North Montgomery Chargers really going to have to keep an eye on Garrick Burge. You don't want him getting loose out there.
Meanwhile, for North Montgomery, you're going to be seeing a lot of Roman Utterback this evening. 26 catches, 5 touchdowns from Ross Dyson as quarterback so far this season.
Yeah, Frankfort's going to have their hands full. You got Utterback there. You see the stats that he has, but you got guys like Kelby Harwood and Mr. Hirsch out there that can really take the ball a long way as well.
A few other players that you're certainly going to be seeing a lot of tonight from North Montgomery, as we mentioned, Ross Dyson. He has passed for just over 1,000 yards so far this year for 11 touchdowns. Also, Austin Sulk. He can be a heck of a menace coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, we saw him a lot last year and wondering when he's really going to have that breakout game in this 2023 season.
As for the Hot Dogs, again, under the leadership of Dennis Barkley at quarterback, coming in for Doug Wood earlier this year, who unfortunately had to go out with a concussion. He will be handling the punting duties tonight, but needless to say, just one of the many things that the Hot Dogs have had to deal with a lot of rotating personnel so far this year.
Yeah, let's see if Barkley can get on the board with a touchdown today. It's got 9 interceptions, no touchdowns so far. Let's see if he can really get that offense going and help his Frankfort Hot Dog team.
The Hot Dogs have taken the field here again, getting close to kickoff here at the Yard. Again, a Sagamore Conference showdown here this evening. The Hot Dogs looking for their first conference win this season. Meanwhile, North Montgomery looking to make it their 4th conference win so far this year. The Hot Dogs under the direction of Jason Byers in his 6th season as the head coach, James Byers, in his 6th year, 9-47 in that time span. Meanwhile, Josh Thompson, just below 500 on the year for North Montgomery in his 10th season. He is 50-51 in that regard. We're getting now to the coin toss to start today's game, and so with that, let's take a look at the officials for tonight's contest, presented by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank carpet installation and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. So we have Jason Athup as well as Travis Horn, Rusty Lowe, Stephen McLaughlin, and Paul Wren as our crew to officiate the game this evening. And so you've been kind of looking at some of the stats here so far as we've gotten ready for this game here, Chris. A few other things that we haven't mentioned that might stick out to you this evening as we get closer to kickoff.
Well, I'm interested to see Ross Dyson. I mean, every time I've seen him, he's been really good. He makes things go, and he doesn't have that prototypical quarterback frame. He's kind of built like a bowling ball, and so you'll see him run the ball well. He's a left-handed thrower. He can really throw it as well, so I can't wait to see him tonight.
So Frankfort has won the toss, and they've deferred to the second half, so North Montgomery will be getting the ball first. and they will be giving it to this high-powered offense that is averaging roughly 293 yards total per game so far this year. It's also a heck of a defense for Northmont as well as we take a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. Again, you got that high-powered offense as well. We'll take a look at the Frankfort defense coming up here now. Again, just some big personnel as well. You're going to be seeing a lot from Caleb Boggs coming out of that linebacker spot, as well as Lalo Castillo from the free safety spot. He has 55 tackles so far this year. Well, Chris, needless to say, it looked like it was going to be some sketchy weather here over the last hour or so, but things have kind of moved off to the east. We even have some sunshine poking off from the west. Should be at least a little cooler, but still some good football weather here this evening.
I think this is perfect football weather, sir, and especially for us up here in this booth with the windows closed.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend.
You know, Kurt, I'm really looking forward to as well seeing Lalo Castillo again. The first game I was able to see Frankfort this year, he made some plays that were really impressive. So he's a very active player on defense. Like to see him play football.
Week number 8 of high school football here, getting set to go at the Yard here on the east side of Frankfort. And it's going to be an onside kick to start things off right there for the Hot Dogs. A bold strategy to start things off, but North Montgomery is able to get on top of it right at midfield.
Wow.
That was Garrick Burge who just nudged the ball forward 10 yards, but nobody could quite get there in time. And so North Montgomery with excellent field position to start this ball game.
I don't mind the thought. It's been a rough year. Why not try something? If you get it, you get it. If not, play a little defense and see what happens.
So they spot the ball at the 49-yard line. First down and 10 here for the Chargers. And again, Dyson in the pistol here for North Montgomery. Dyson going to go to the air first. He airs it out to Harwood on the far side. He drops it, and that is going to be a big break right there for the defense of Frankfort. That brings up second down.
I think Kelby Harwood pulled his head up a little bit too soon trying to get downfield before he corralled that ball. You got to make sure you catch it first, look it in, then you can run and do whatever you need to afterwards.
Harwood, another reliable receiver so far this year for North Montgomery. 18 catches, 322 yards, along with 4 touchdowns this season.
Kelby Harwood is a big body, and they like to go up to him in the red zone quite a bit.
Dyson has the fake that time on the sweep, and he powers forward for a solid gain of about 8 yards.
I fell for that fake there. I was following the running back. I think he got our cameraman as well. Nice play, nice run there by Mr. Dyson.
So that'll bring up third down and short here for North Montgomery. And that was Cameron Enlow who was coming on the jet sweep that last time. Dyson under center. Handoff this time up the gut is Austin Sulk, and we're going to be seeing a lot of him tonight. He powers forward big time for a big gain down to the 30-yard line.
Kurt, you asked about Austin Sulk early in the pregame. There you go, sir. That's a quick hitter, kind of a dive right through the middle, and he picked up a big chunk of yards.
Last season, he rushed for over 1,000 yards, but he is well off of that pace this season. Only 43 carries coming into the night. So the Chargers driving here on this opening possession. Dyson again goes off to Sulk. He keeps it on the ground, starts to the right and cuts back to the middle and keeps his legs churning for another 8-yard gain.
It's a really effective play for them. It's just really kind of a dive, quick hitter right up the middle, and you know, he's getting 5 yards before he's even touched for the first time.
Second down and 2 here for North Montgomery. The Chargers lead the series with Frankfort over the last 35 years, 21-13 in that time span. Dyson on the fake, keeps it himself, follows Sulk, gets to the outside, nearly shoestring tackle down inside, but gets to the pylon, and that is going to be a North Montgomery touchdown to start things off here in this one. 23-yard scamper there by Ross Dyson.
It's a really good run there around the left side, avoids a few tacklers, takes it in for the touchdown.
That is Dyson's 6th rushing touchdown this year. He's also a threat on the ground, as we just saw. He has 2 games above 100 yards rushing this year. And, of course, North Montgomery, they don't typically kick the extra point. They're going to go for 2 here. So Dyson going to go on the keeper. This
Nice
time he
play.
just slips it outside to his receiver. That's Thompson on the catch, and that is a good 2-point conversion to make it an 8-0 ball game. That drive brought to you by Frankfort Eagles 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort.
Really good drive there by the Chargers. A lot of runs, just really right up the gut. So you would think if you're able to establish that early, that's going to open up some things on the outside. So Frankfort's going to have to really shut that down and pick what they want to stop, because it's going to be a tough night if they don't.
That drive, 5 plays for 51 yards.
And, of course, as we said earlier, that was helped with that attempted onside kick that was botched. And so give them the short field, and they take it right in the end zone.
So now if you're Frankfort, you try to at least keep pace here with North Montgomery in the early going. And this time North Montgomery is going to go with a short kick, and they're going to get called for what looks like it's going to be an offside here on North Montgomery, as you saw maybe a couple special teams players just get a little bit too far forward before the ball was struck. So this is going to back North Montgomery up a few yards.
I tell you what, though, I think that's a blessing for North Montgomery, right? They get a chance to re-kick this ball. Now they can kick it down the field.
They tried going short that last time, just like Frankfort did. So both these teams going a little off-kilter here on special teams in the early going. So we'll try this again. This time they go deep.
Yep.
And it's going to be taken here by Frankfort, going up the middle, and a big run outside, and he gets shoved out of bounds across midfield. What a return that time there for Frankfort, and that was Lalo Castillo. Heck of a start on special teams right here for the Hot Dogs.
Tell you what, man, like I said earlier, I really like Lalo Castillo. He's been fun to watch.
Again, Castillo plays wide receiver on offense, 20 receptions, 284 yards, but he has a heck of a return right there to give Frankfort some excellent field position, and quite honestly, Chris, just much needed momentum after giving up that touchdown.
Well, it's real simple. If you're Frankfort, you got to get some kind of points out of this situation here. You're going to start with this kind of field position, you have to put points on the board.
So the opening drive here for Frankfort. From Barkley, from way down in his stance, he unloads up top over the head of Castillo and just out of his reach.
Dangerous pass there. When you miss high like that, you can get that ball tipped. And when that ball is tipped, it usually lands in the hands of the defender, so you got to be careful.
Again, Barkley, only a sophomore coming into the night. Again, coming in relief of Doug Wood, who was the starting quarterback to start the season for Frankfort, but because of concussions, he's having to kind of get thrown to the fire here with some varsity minutes ever since. They keep it on the ground this time, do the Hot Dogs, and they try to punch it up the middle, and they gain a couple yards.
Big number 66 there, Jacob Hughes, man. He's a specimen standing there in the middle of that line. It's going to be hard to run anything up the middle on him.
Caleb Boggs on the carry. He is the workhorse in the backfield for this Hot Dog offense. So it is 3rd down and 8. Barkley mishandles the snap. He has to fall on top of it. And that's going to go down as a sack there for North Montgomery. Noah Hopkins getting the touch as Barkley had to just fall on top of that one, and it'll be a punting situation here for the Hot Dogs.
Oh, that's tough, man. Went backwards there on that possession. When you had such good starting field position, you really want to take advantage of that. So now, hopefully you can pin the Chargers deep in their own territory and make them have to go the length of the field to score.
So again, Doug Wood is out here for Frankfort. It is certainly good to see him back in a Hot Dog uniform, but he is not leading the offense as quarterback, but handling the punting duties.
Uh-oh.
The snap hits the ground, and Wood just has to do whatever he can to get it downfield, and he gets that one at least just across the 40-yard line down to the 39. Day and Genda Funeral Homes is a proud sponsor of tonight's contest, where they believe in putting family first as active members of the community. They know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care that you need. For more information about the services they provide, take a look at dayandgenda.com. North Montgomery with their worst field position to start a drive here so far tonight. They started their previous drive at the 51. On the end around, here's Harwood. Gets across midfield and is upended right across midfield. A big tackle there by Castillo, but it's still a first down.
Castillo has his name called a lot for this Frankfort football team. He's on both sides of the ball, doing everything he can to help his team win.
About a 16-yard run right there by Castillo. By Harwood, to Castillo on the tackle. So Dyson again, crisp, leading this offense here for the Chargers. Dyson, a little confusion there. He looked like he was looking for a handoff, but just had to kind of find the hole, and he gets absolutely trampled by that front line of the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, it looks like he was kind of trying to run that dive play, and he didn't have anyone to take the ball from him, so he had to just tuck it and run himself.
Josh Ortiz in on the initial tackle there on Dyson, and that'll bring up second down. So the Frankfort defense certainly not making it overly easy here for North Montgomery. Here's Dyson. He goes to the air, finds his man Harwood. He turns it upfield. He'll get the first down, and he's tackled just out of bounds there again.
By who? Guess who?
Lalo Castillo.
Yes,
this time on the other side, he is sticking to Harwood like glue so far this evening.
Just a simple wide receiver screen to Kelby Harwood. He comes back toward the quarterback, fields the ball. He's got a couple blockers out in front. He makes a couple guys miss and gets upfield. Used to love those plays as a wide receiver.
About 12-yard pass and catch right there. That's the first completed pass tonight for North Montgomery. Dyson back to the air. The lefty goes to the other side this time. Has his man. That is Kirsch. And that's going to be a short 4-yard gain.
Nice tackle there by, that looked like, was it Darren Barkley there, I believe.
And yeah, definitely Darren Barkley there on the tackle. Ball on the 29-yard line here, bringing up second down. Dyson starting to heat up through the air here at the moment. And they get back on the ground, and a huge hit there in the backfield by the Frankfort Hot Dog defense.
I think number 8, Stephen Colby, was the first one in there to make some hard contact, but he had a couple teammates helping him as well. That was an outstanding play by the defensive line and backers from Frankfort.
So Noah Hopkins on the carry there. That is going to be no gain on the play. You also had Caleb Boggs in there with some help from the linebacking core.
That was impressive.
So here's a pretty big third down here in this first half if you're the Hot Dogs. Dyson gives it to Hopkins again. He shakes a tackle, but still cannot escape the backfield. And the Hot Dog defense is living in the North Montgomery backfield here right now.
You know, Kurt, when they ran that play, I was thinking if you're going to run the ball there on 3rd and 8, that means it's probably going to be 4-down territory. Because I don't know if you're going to punt here or not. This will be an interesting decision by the Chargers.
And that is going to be a tackle for loss there for Jackson Woods.
They may be going for this.
And it looks like it may be 4-down territory, but they also have been known to pooch punt it. But I don't think that's what they're going to do here. Dyson going to go. He heaves it over the middle, has Kirsch wide open, and that is going to be a big first down. And actually on the reception there was Enlow.
Cameron Enlow. It's a nice play, wide open over the middle of the field. Took a big hit, but he held on to the ball. Very nice throw there by Ross Dyson. He put that right on the numbers. And as a receiver, that's all you can ask for.
How about that 20-yard connection right there to Enlow to make it 1st down and goal after it was 4th down and long for North Montgomery. And we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Looks like a timeout going to be called. And it's going to be a Frankfort timeout here. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Don't go anywhere. 8-0 North Montgomery here on the Hot Dog Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
8-0 your score here through about 8 minutes of football played here in this first quarter. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. Chris, we've been seeing it so far here. The Frankfort defense has certainly been making it tough for North Montgomery, but the Chargers have been making some plays.
Yeah, it really hurt that 4th and 11 for North Montgomery to be able to convert that play. That really is a letdown when you've been playing so well defensively as the Hot Dogs are.
So now is 1st down and goal here for the Chargers. Dyson going to go on the keeper here off the fake jet sweep. He dives into the end zone, and that is touchdown at number 2 for him tonight.
He's got some good feet, man. He's able to dodge those tacklers. He moves really well in there.
3-yard run up the middle, and that was only the 2nd running play of that whole drive. They went to the air a little bit more that time.
Wow.
And once again, North Montgomery going to go for 2 here to keep the pressure up here on the Hot Dogs. Dyson with a man in motion, going to try and send it to him again.
It's wide open.
Getting open is Thompson, but this time the coverage is a little bit stiffer, and the Hot Dogs going to have to regroup here. So just inside of 4 minutes left to go, it is 14-0. And now going into this next drive here, Chris, what's one of the things that you really want to see from the Hot Dogs to really just try and get organized on this offensive unit?
Get a first down. Starts with getting first downs. March your way down the field, execute plays, but you got to march down the field. You got to keep the ball, keep your defense off the field for a while, give them a break on the side, give them a chance to catch their breath.
So again, James Byers, the head coach here for the Hot Dogs in his 6th season. He had a previous tenure as a head coach over at Seeger for 2 seasons from 2014 to 2015. Now coming back here to try and move this Hot Dogs program in the right direction. As for North Montgomery's Josh Thompson, again, he's been there for now 10 years, 50 and 51 in that span. A couple other notable head coaches that have gone through the North Montgomery program, in particular Jake Gilbert, who is now the head coach at Westfield, who made it to a state finals just a few years ago. The North Montgomery going to line drive it right into the hands of Castillo again. He's going to try and get a good return that last time, but couldn't quite get it. And actually on the return there was Stephen Colby. So he gets that back to the 29-yard line. So the Hot Dogs went 3 and out on their previous possession. It was stalled there on a bungled snap. Again, just one of the many things that the Hot Dogs have just been trying to clean up all season long.
Yeah, that was the issue I saw in the first time in broadcasting was that quarterback center exchange. You got to clean that up so you can be able to run your plays on offense.
So here's Barkley again. Alone in the backfield, empty set. He is going to go to the air and tries to skip it outside, and that is tipped up in the air dangerously. Thankfully for the Hot Dogs, it falls incomplete out of bounds.
Again, we talk about when that ball gets hit in the air like that, you normally see the defense come down with it. Good thing it came down with no one receiving that ball there for the Hot Dogs.
So Barkley's going to have a back in the backfield with him this time. It's going to be second down. Barkley again, another bumbled snap. He picks it up. He tries to get it away. He actually almost completes it, and then it's fumbled, and it's going to be dived on top of there by Colby Dean.
Fumbled several times. That's a hot potato out there, man. No one can corral it.
Take a look at this one again. It's a bumbled snap there by Barkley. He just tries to shuffle it ahead. Boggs ends up fumbling it. And luckily, Dean is right there to just fall on top of it to blow the play dead.
Barkley got that ball and saw those white jerseys coming at him and said, get this ball out of my hands as quickly as possible.
And now the officials are talking here. It looks like they may be trying to figure out if Barkley may have been down when he shuffled that ball ahead. And if that's the case, they're going to have to back this ball up a little bit. The officials are conversing with the far sideline here for North Montgomery. And we'll take a look at this replay here to see. He's definitely standing up that time, so it looks like they're just trying to make sure the ball is spotted at the correct spot and everyone's good. And so they're going to keep it where it is. The ball at the 21-yard line. That is a loss of 7 yards on the play. So third down and a mile here for Dennis Barkley. Good snap this time. Barkley going to go on the keeper. He goes up the middle, gets the yardage back, goes for the pylon, and what a run there by the sophomore quarterback, to get a big first down on third and a mile, as I mentioned.
Big time run there by Dennis Barkley. And I'll tell you what, that could have been another 15 yards added at the end of this play. One of the guys on the sideline for the Chargers gave Barkley an unnecessary shoulder. Didn't get out of the way, so that's they got lucky there.
So when all is said and done, that's roughly 21 yards there for Barkley on the ground to keep this drive alive. That's the first down of the evening here for Frankfort. On the toss this time to Boggs, and he gets tackled by the ankle, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a nice job there by number 11, and that's Jaden Thompson, and he just would not let go of that ankle.
Jaden Thompson, one of the many two-way players here for North Montgomery. Still Frankfort showing signs that they can at least try and move the ball here this evening as we tick down to within the final 2.5 minutes of quarter number one.
Well, we talked about starting small, get the first down. They've accomplished that, so now let's try to get the second one, keep marching down the field.
Barkley goes to the air, has to get rid of it, and he gets hammered as he throws that ball away as he looks outside to try and find Castillo.
You know, and that's the thing I've noticed with Frankfort. When they go to that shotgun formation, the center's got to put more on the snap because it's taking the ball too long to get back there. By the time Barkley receives that ball, the defenders are in his face. He doesn't have much time to be decisive.
So Barkley 0 for 3 through the air so far tonight. And once again, Frankfort trying to get the play in here as the play clock still has plenty of time on it. Oh, and they nearly draw him, and it looks like they're going to get an encroachment here on North Montgomery.
I think he made contact for sure.
So this is going to be a free 5 yards for Frankfort, and we get our first penalty of the evening.
If I'm Frankfort now, I may try Dennis Barkley run again here. Get it over to the left side there, run toward the North Montgomery sideline and see if you can pick up the 5 yards and pick up another first down.
Those kind of plays, especially for Frankfort, are what help build the foundation moving forward. Barkley from 3rd and 5. Loses it to Boggs. Fumbled down. It's picked up by North Montgomery. And on the fumble recovery there was Kelby Harwood there for the Chargers. So a promising drive for Frankfort again is stalled by just a lack of preparation there when it comes to the exchange between the quarterback and running back.
Yeah, just really a lack of fundamental football, right? I mean, you're moving the ball, you're doing everything right. You just get a penalty on North Montgomery to get 5 more yards. Now you have a 3rd and 5 play, which is very manageable, and then you fumble the ball there. You got to be cleaner than that to be able to win football games.
That's Kelby Harwood's first fumble recovery of the season, and it gives excellent field position here to North Montgomery. Dyson, delayed handoff to Sulk. He turns the corner, tries to go for that first down pylon, and he gets just the right amount of yardage for 10 yards, and some pushing and shoving there away from the ball after the fact, but still everybody goes back to their respective huddles. Here, good run by Sulk.
Yeah, Sulk's just a big body there, running the ball well. Gets right over to that first down marker, picks up 10 yards.
And they're going to actually say he stepped out of bounds 1 yard shy of the line to gain, so it's going to be 2nd down and 1. Dyson going back to the air. The southpaw unloads over the middle, has his man, and that is going to be Harwood again. He had a little bit of blocking help as well from Enlow. And another first down here for the Chargers.
Harwood on the catch, Castillo on the tackle.
That's going to be a 9-yard catch there by Harwood. Harwood with his 2nd catch of the night so far. So we're inside the final minute here of the opening quarter. And North Montgomery going to try and at least put a little bit of a more exclamation point on the end of this one. Flag on the play here as Sulk gets the handoff. And it's going to be a gain of about 5 yards here, but we'll check the penalty.
It's a good tackle there by 44 Josh Ortiz. It's got to be on the offense, right? If you flagged it.
Say they did not blow the play dead. So it looks like it may be a it looks like it's going to be a penalty here on North Montgomery. And from what I can tell, it looks like they may decline. Frankfort may have declined the penalty here. So they actually did accept the penalty. It looked like the official made the indication that it was going to be declined by Frankfort, but it looks like they'll accept the penalty yard. It's going to be an illegal shift, so back up 5 yards and bring it a 1st and 15.
Wondering why they allowed that play to go on.
Clock continues to run here. As Dyson back to the air, unloads it to his receiver. And getting it just out past the 20-yard line, he makes up at least some of the penalty yardage. That's Thompson.
Jaden Thompson with the reception. Gets some of the yardage back. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
So that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards there for North Montgomery. And now it looks like we had another flag on the play here, Chris. I didn't see any laundry come out here initially.
I did not either.
And so now the officials
this is on Frankfort.
The officials are walking up the ball here, so it looks like it's going to be a penalty against Frankfort. And they're going to say it was holding on Frankfort, so that's going to be 10 yards from the end of the play. So that's going to be a first down here for North Montgomery.
That hurts.
That's a pretty costly penalty there for Frankfort to give North Montgomery. Again, excellent field position, and so much so it's going to be 1st and goal right at the 9-yard line.
Middle's wide open. Watch some kind of crossing route with someone coming over the middle for North Montgomery.
Dyson has to get the ball up before time expires, and instead they're just going to let the clock run out, and that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 1. 14-0 Chargers on top of the Hot Dogs as we go to quarter number 2 here on the Hot Dog Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Second quarter here on the Hot Dog Network on ISC alongside Chris Walker. I'm Kurt Darling as the North Montgomery Chargers trying to get it to sulk on the outside there from Dyson.
Dyson just led him a little bit too much on that play for the incomplete pass. See what they run on second down here.
So that's the first time they've tried to go to sulk through the air tonight. He has been stellar on the ground so far. In fact, he has only one run below 10 yards so far. He has a scamper for about 13 as well as 16 yards. And now Dyson back in the gun again, second down. Man coming in motion. They go to sulk right up the middle, who just keeps trudging along, carrying a few hot dogs with him, and he gets inside for a gain of about 4 yards.
Carrying a few hot dogs with him.
Certainly a nice phrase to be saying as a broadcaster.
Yes, it is. So if someone wants to carry a few hot dogs up here, I'll take it.
Oh, I definitely love some hot dogs right now. It's going to be third down and goal here, a gain of about a couple yards. Dyson back under center.
Oh.
He fumbles it, picks it up though, goes to the outside, stays on his feet, cuts back inside, and finally is brought down there. And that is some quick thinking right there by the senior quarterback Dyson after he fumbled the snap and picks it up and just tries to make something out of nothing.
That Frankfort defense did a good job of swarming to the football to make sure he didn't get too much out of that, though. Very good job by Frankfort.
So again, fourth down. And as we've seen so far, North Montgomery is not shy about going for it. They also do not have a regular kicker on staff, so they have no other choice here.
Watch Kelby Harwood with this man-on-man coverage at the bottom of the screen.
Dyson looks to the end zone, has time, goes over the line and into the end zone. He drops it, does Kirsch, and that is going to be a turnover on downs and a big stand right there by the Frankfort defense. Let's take a look at this one again.
He threw it right in the breadbasket. I think Harwood just took his eye off of it.
That's the second time that Harwood has done that tonight. Actually, that's Kirsch. Jared Kirsch, who was the intended receiver.
Yes, it was.
And that's the second time that he's had a drop like that tonight where he's looked downfield a little bit too soon. But now if you're Frankfort, the problem with this now is North Montgomery has flipped the field in a very, very unsatisfying way.
Yeah, you got to go a long way to reach pay dirt here.
So Barkley on the high snap gives it off to Boggs. He tries to gives the Hot Dogs at least a little bit of breathing room here. Instead, he's going to be backed up a yard.
Yeah, there's not much running room up the middle on North Montgomery. If you're going to do it, it looks like you're going to have to try to get on the outskirts, but they are really stout up the middle.
Again, Frankfort 0-6 in conference play so far this year. Barkley gets the snap again. Boggs tries to go up the middle, but just nothing doing up the middle, and North Montgomery is able to get another loss of another yard, and it'll bring up third down, and Frankfort's just going in the wrong direction in the worst possible place on the field to do that.
Yeah, that play just not going to work there. Like I said, I mean, they're really stout up front, and you're not getting any push, so you got to take the ball outside.
So now if you're Coach James Byers, you just got to try and get something to give the Hot Dogs a little bit of room here. It's third down and long. They have converted on third down and more than 10 yards earlier. That was a 21-yard scamper by Barkley on the previous possession.
You got to make sure of the snap and hold right here. Yes, okay, you got the snap off.
Barkley goes to the air, and it's intercepted in their own red zone, and that is a big interception there by Gabe Shearer.
That's a tough play there. He just threw it right to Gabe Shire, and he picks it off and runs it back about 5 yards. And now North Montgomery's going to have another
They're right back
possession.
where they started.
Exactly. With, take it in 5 yards for a touchdown.
They turned it over on downs on their previous possession right here at pretty much an identical spot. The ball is at the 5-yard line, and that is Gabe Shire's first interception of the season. And it comes at a pretty good time here for North Montgomery to pick up where they left off.
Man, you can throw a fade right here to Kelby Harwood in the corner of the end zone.
Dyson fakes it to his running back. He's going to go it just a little bit delayed there looking for Thompson, and it falls incomplete.
I am really surprised they're not trying to go to Harwood here. He's got the size advantage, and he's got that one-on-one coverage to the outside. It's a really easy pitch and catch if you want it.
North Montgomery has dropped their last 3 passes in a row, and they've all come here inside the red zone of Frankfort. So second down and goal to go here. Dyson going to hand it off to his running back on the jet sweep, gets into the end zone for a big touchdown there. That is Cameron Enlow, or rather, Cameron Enlow on the carry there that time. He's the first player for North Montgomery not named Ross Dyson to score a touchdown this evening. And once again, they're going to have to go for 2, will North Montgomery, because they do not kick the ball. That's certainly not an uncommon thing for schools like this. Again, North Montgomery, a 3A school with limited numbers at their disposal. So here's Dyson. He's going to go back to the air. He fires into the end zone, caught for the 2-point conversion. A nice play that time, once again, getting into the hands of Jaden Thompson. Tonight's game is brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, a coalition that is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy system and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintonccounty.org. So it's 22-0 here as North Montgomery has been slowly but surely pulling away here in this one.
Yeah, they are. They're just getting they're getting possessions in real good field position, and they don't have far to go to score points, and they're taking advantage of it.
So far, Frankfort has 2 turnovers this ball game, a fumble as well as an interception. And Dennis Barkley has not completed a pass to a receiver yet so far tonight. Instead, he is 0 for 4 with that interception.
Yeah, and I don't put that all on Barkley. I mean, he's having a tough time. I mean, as soon as he receives that shotgun snap, there are defenders in his face. And I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, whether you're Dennis Barkley, Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, anyone you want to say. I mean, there's not much you can do when you catch the ball and there's defenders right in your face.
Castillo goes up and gets it and has to fall down on it. And it's going to be brought back to the 15-yard line.
I'm going to tell you what. That was an extremely smart play here by Lalo Castillo.
And that's actually Dakota Fisher on the reception.
I'm sorry, Dakota Fisher. Because what he did was he dropped the ball, but he stood up before he picked it up, because if he would have picked it up with his knee on the ground, he would have been down there. Really smart play there, and a tough time when you got to react very quickly.
So Fisher brings that back to the 15-yard line. Still some deep field position here for Frankfort.
Yeah, Frankfort's got to move the ball. Find a way to get the ball to at least midfield.
Again, Barkley has kind of been thrust into the starting quarterback position after the injury troubles from Doug Wood earlier this year. He's just been doing whatever he can here, and he pitches it out this time to his back. That's Castillo coming in from the backfield that time, and instead he goes backwards.
Tremendous job by Jaden Thompson to keep his outside arm free, to not let anyone get outside of him. He kept the play. The play was always going to be inside of him. Great job of keeping outside contained there by Jaden Thompson.
A loss of 5 on that carry there for Castillo, back to the 10-yard line. And once again, Barkley having to take his time to get the play set up here for the Hot Dogs. Bobbled snap again, hands it off to Castillo, and he gets absolutely hammered in the backfield.
Jeez.
Again, Harwood on the initial tackle there. He just goes untouched into the backfield. Also has a little bit of help there from Hopkins.
Castillo kind of limping off the field there.
And you already have limited resources here if you're Frankfort, and he would certainly not be someone you don't want to have in the ball game.
Yeah, he's got to be on the field for you. He makes a ton of plays for this team.
Frankfort going with an empty set here as they try to open things up. It is 3rd down and 16. And a timeout going to be called here by the Hot Dogs. Tonight's game brought to you by Aaron's Flooring, offering you luxury vinyl plank carpet installation and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. North Montgomery has been in the Sagamore Conference since 1975. Before that, they were in the Wabash River Conference, where you had a lot of teams come over from that conference to the Sagamore. And now here, Chris, we've been talking about this a few times so far this season about how the Sagamore Conference, as we know it, is not going to be the Sagamore Conference here in a couple years. Frankfort, as well as North Montgomery, among the handful of schools that will be leaving to form a new conference, along with Cascade and North Putnam.
Kurt, you know what? There's so much conference changing in high school and college sports. I don't know what's going on anymore, man. I literally can't keep track of it anymore.
Of course, the main talking point among many of the coaches has been that Lebanon, Danville, as well as Tri-West have been growing exponentially quicker than the rest of these schools in the conference, and there has been a disparity that has certainly formed. So many of these smaller schools in the Sagamore want to try something different.
Oh,
Barkley gets rid of it, has his receiver, but he's still well short of the first down, but still a big catch that time by the Hot Dogs. That is Darren Barkley. And that's the first completed pass of the night here for the Hot Dogs.
I mean, even on that play, Dennis Barkley is still, guys in his face, he's throwing it from his back, basically. I mean, poor kid just does not have a chance back there.
And so Doug Wood is going to have to punt the ball away again. He has been busy of late punting the football here for the Hot Dogs. North Montgomery's poised to again have really good field position. Here's Wood. Much better punt this time. And it's going to be taken still short right there by Glasson. For North Montgomery, he gets it back inside the 30-yard line, and it looks like they will start him inside the 25 here as we take a look at it again.
Yeah, Dakota caught that ball and got right upfield. Get as much as he could and get down.
And so they'll spot him there at about the 24-yard line. Mulberry Telecommunications and the ISC Sports Network have partnered with Hot Dog TV to go to places for live hot dog athletics. Catch all of your hot dogs all season long on the ISC Sports Network apps, social media platforms, and more. The ISC Sports Network, local, lives here.
I think any football team in the country would take the starting field position that North Montgomery has gotten tonight.
You said it, my friend. And now a timeout going to be called here by the Hot Dogs. We will take one with them back here in 30 seconds here on the ISC Sports Network. Coach James Myers talking to his ball club right there with the Hot Dogs. Again, just trying to keep them focused as they are down at 22-0. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. And now here, the Hot Dogs in another precarious defensive spot here as North Montgomery, as you said before the break here, partner, they have excellent field position.
Yeah, it's been great all night, and they just haven't had to do much to get the ball in the end zone.
Dyson fakes the handoff. He's going to wait and has his man Thompson. He goes right towards the pylon and is tackled just out of bounds, short of the line of the goal line to gain, rather. He'll be spotted at about the 3-yard line.
Jaden Thompson's been a big-time focal point for the offense this game. He's been very active thus far.
19 yards on that pass and catch there to Thompson. Coming into tonight, Thompson only had 6 catches. He already has a handful so far this evening, so he is seeing a lot bigger workload this evening than he usually does. Solk alone in the backfield. And Dyson going to try and go on the keeper here. He is able to claw at least a couple yards on the play to get closer.
Just really hard to bring down. Gets in there and keeps those legs moving. Like I said, he's built like a bowling ball, so have fun trying to tackle him.
Clock continues to roll here with 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
See if he gets Solk up the middle. Nope, Dyson up the middle.
And he will go right in for yet another touchdown here for the Chargers. Rushing touchdown number 3 for Dyson here tonight. And again, they will go for 2 to try and make it 30-0. So 5.5 to go here in the second quarter, and Frankfort just goes from bad to worse here for them, as they'll try to get the ball back here again after this 2-point conversion here for North Montgomery. So far, North Montgomery is 2 of 3 in this regard so far. Up the middle goes Solk, and he powers in, and the 2-point conversion is good for the Chargers. 30-0, North Montgomery all over the Frankfort Hot Dogs. We'll take a timeout here. Back in a moment on the Hot Dog Network.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a 3rd season.
That's right.
Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see
on
episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
North Montgomery has certainly put a lot on Frankfort here in the first quarter and a half of this contest. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. And now, Chris, if you're Frankfort at this point, it's just trying to get any sort of play and any sort of rhythm going here at this point.
Yeah, if you're Frankfort, I think your goal at this point is to try to not let North Montgomery touch the ball again this half. You know, if you can do that, would continue that, or call that a successful end into the first half.
Bringing it up here as Castillo this time. He has a big opening, gets it down past midfield. And Lalo Castillo has been huge
That kid's a
in
player.
the special teams regard.
He's a player. I mean, he's all over the place. He goes out a little banged up, gets back in there. He never quits. Like I said in the pregame, I mean, I love watching him the first time I was out here. I mean, I'd like to see something positive happen for this team just for this kid's sake.
So Frankfort is in plus territory to start this drive, and that is Castillo's second return of at least 40 yards. Barkley, tough snap again. He pitches it over to Boggs. And Boggs is able to try and turn the corner there, and he squeaks out a yard.
Good job by Barkley corralling that snap. Gets to Boggs, and he gets upfield, picks himself up a yard, and this is a positive gain.
So it'll be second down and a long 9 yards for the Hot Dogs here. Barkley with a man in motion. And the jet sweep here to Castillo. That's after Barkley got absolutely throttled after the handoff. And they're going to get North Montgomery here for a personal foul. Looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer here, or unnecessary roughness or something, since there was no passer. So you get Castillo on that really good run for the Hot Dogs. But now you have the penalty yardage on top of it.
I think if you're North Montgomery, he would have been okay, but it was just a little extracurricular on that throw down there. So just tackle him. If you see him have it, lay off. I mean, you don't need to give that play up. But good for Frankfort. They're marching the ball down the field. You don't need to be in a rush. Like I said, I mean, it's just.
And now we have another flag here late.
Uh-oh.
Somebody said something to the official here, so we may even have more penalty yardage for Frankfort.
Uh-oh.
So North Montgomery kind of showing a lack of discipline here. We might be able to get a look at who said what.
You got to be careful with those. When you have those kind of penalties and you're saying things, those can get you ejected from the game. You got to see, Coach, looks like there's a sub coming in. Someone's going to be coming out. That may tell us who said what. Looks like number 44.
It's going to be Hopkins coming out here. Of course, we can only speculate that it was he who was doing the chirping. But either way, look at this. Frankfort on one play goes all the way to the North Montgomery red zone.
Yeah.
So that was a gain of 5 yards by Castillo, and then you add another 30 yards of penalty yardage.
No kidding.
So Frankfort in a little bit of a good position here. Castillo tries to turn the corner, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You don't normally see an offensive play for 5 yards and an additional 30 yards in penalties on the same play.
That is not something you see every day there, Chris.
Well, that's correct.
Second down here for Frankfort. But still always, you take the yards however you can get them.
That's true.
And Frankfort has certainly done that here on this drive.
Oh, my goodness.
High snap again. Barkley has to try and fall on top of it. Instead, it's going to be scooped up here by North Montgomery. And Jaden Thompson gets the fumble recovery there.
Kurt, that's just – I don't know what to say. I feel bad. I mean, you don't want to see that. You're marching the ball down the field.
It's like North Montgomery literally gift-wrapped you a drive right there.
Yep.
And Frankfort, again, just having a hard time with the transition from the center to the quarterback,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. And that's not just for tonight here, Chris. That has been a struggle all season long for this hot dog squad.
It really has. It really has. And when you can't execute that basic fundamental, you're going to struggle doing things positively on offense. Now let's see how aggressive North Montgomery comes out with 4 minutes left in the first half.
Because North Montgomery, believe it or not, they may be playing for a running clock here, because once you get to that 35-point threshold to start the second half, the clock does not stop. Delayed handoff. It's going to be a keeper by Dyson. He
Oh, my goodness.
dinks and dunks his way up the middle and is going to get a big 12-yard run out of it.
Give credit to Dennis Barkley, number 21 there, because Dyson just ran him over, but he's held on, and he's going to get credit for this tackle. Watch this. He runs him over right here, but he grabs that leg, and he stays on to get part of that tackle.
And so Barkley was able to save a touchdown right there, because if Dyson had gotten away on that, it would have been for 6. Dyson goes back to the air. He unloads, has Sulk. Has a little bit of blocking downfield, sheds a tackler, flag on the play, and he gets down to the 45-yard line.
Derrick Henry-style stiff arm right there.
We'll check the penalty here, though. Again, Sulk getting outside. It's actually, they're going to bring it back. It's going to be a holding call there on Jared Kirsch.
Yep.
So when all is said and done, that's going to negate the pass and catch, and it will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul here, though. So North Montgomery isn't going to lose a whole lot when it comes to where they were previously, but still, that negates what could have been close to a first down right there and keep this drive moving here for North Montgomery.
I think all that's going to do is open up the offense for North Montgomery and force them to have to throw the football.
That's the 6th penalty on North Montgomery so far. Frankfort only has 2 by my unofficial count. Dyson back to the air. Gets away from the rush. Fires downfield, and it's going to be a big pass here to Thompson, but we have a flag back again. Thompson's going to go all the way down to the 10-yard line, but it looks like here, Chris, this may be coming back.
Yeah, I think there's a hold back here. Yep.
And so it's definitely going to be a hold here on North Montgomery by all accounts. They still have the ball spotted down at the 10-yard line on the far side of the field as the officials converse. And no, North Montgomery is pointing towards Frankfort here, so it may be on the hot dogs.
Could this be
And now they're saying it's going to be an looks like it might be offsetting penalties here. So we have penalties on both sides of the ball, and they, in essence, will replay the down here.
Right. So the holding was first, and then whatever happened on Frankfort was after the fact. That made them offsetting, and so now you just replay the down.
So it's holding on North Montgomery, and then we had a personal foul on Frankfort. So again, those penalties offset as the indication made by the official, and it will once again be first down and 11 for the Chargers. North Montgomery definitely wants to try and get into the end zone before the end of the half. Dyson again to the air. He gets hit from behind and gets rid of it. And it looks like the ball may have been hit, in which case that would be a fumble. And it was recovered there by Kirsch. We'll take a look at this again. That's awfully close to whether or not that's a forward incomplete pass or if it's a fumble, but either way, Kirsch jumps on top of it, and they're going to say that was an incomplete pass, so it will be a second down and 11.
That was just a tremendous bull rush by Caden Fry. He literally pushed his man all the way into quarterback Ross Dyson there. Great job by Caden Fry.
Again, this defensive front line here for Frankfort has certainly shown ability to get into the backfield here, but still Sulk is able to spin his way forward and he almost broke free, and you can see how fired up he is getting down to midfield.
He is fired up, and I don't know if he's yelling at his lineman, telling him, keep blocking. I was running, keep blocking. Don't give up on the play. Look at him. He's screaming at one of his linemen. I love the intensity.
So it's 3rd down and 5 when all is said and done. Dyson going with the option here. He gets it out to Salk. He picks up the first down, shakes his way forward, and it gets across the 40-yard line.
You know, that's the first time we've seen that play tonight. I've seen North Montgomery a couple times. They've run that play quite a bit. But, again, that's the first time tonight. It's a great time to bring that out. I'm never a fan of running the option to the short side of the field, and that time they didn't do that, but that was a really nice play call.
Ball from the 38. Dyson looking long downfield towards the end zone, and he splits his receivers right there. Looked like it was going either to Thompson or maybe even Lucas Mills, and it falls incomplete.
I think the pressure got to him a little bit there and made him get rid of the ball before he wanted to. That's why he overthrew that ball by so much.
So that stops the clock here at 1:51. Dyson back to the air, feeling the pressure. He unloads down the middle, nearly grabbed there by Thompson again, and it falls incomplete.
Kerr, I want to give the Frankfort defensive line is really getting good pressure on Dyson. I mean, those guys are really playing hard. I mean, every time Dyson drops back to throw, he's got someone in his face. So give credit to those guys up front to continue working their butts off in this game, even though it's a blowout right now.
Jack Warren, the intended receiver, actually there. And it's 3rd down here for the Chargers. Once again going to the air.
Oh, it's open
Dyson over the middle and just leads his receiver a little too long there, looking for Enlow, and it's incomplete. But still here, Chris, it's 4-down territory for the Chargers.
Yes, it is. If you're Frankfort, you have to get off the field here. You have to find a way to make a play. You can give up 9 yards. You just cannot give up 10 right here.
They have done it before, though. It'll be an interesting play call here from the Chargers. They've gone to the air 4 times in a row.
Let's watch this Frankfort defensive line here.
Dyson again. Looking over the middle, in some traffic, and it falls incomplete. That is another turnover on downs here by the Hot Dogs. They're 2nd of the night.
Good job by Frankfort defense. Finding a way to get off the field there. Much credit to that D-line that played really well, and the secondary bounced back, able to get off the field here.
So 95 seconds left here in the first half, and Frankfort going to take over at their own 38-yard line. Again, Dennis Barkley, the quarterback for the Hot Dogs. He's completed 1 pass tonight for 8 yards. And now we have a flag and a delay of game going to be called here on Frankfort as the play clock hits 0.
That is never acceptable on a change of possession there. Got to be able to get in there and get the play off.
So that'll back the Hot Dogs up 5 yards.
Got to be careful here if you're Frankfort. You do not want to turn the ball over and give it back to these guys with any time left on the clock.
Barkley has to get rid of it, and he gets absolutely hammered. As you saw that hard press coming in that time, Jacob Rice in on the initial hit there, and he actually helps Barkley up and helps get some grass out of his face mask for him as well.
I think that's Garrett Burge now in there at quarterback that time. Yeah,
And so it is Garrick Burge in there now. You're right.
I mean, and he was almost out of there after one play with that hit. You got to be careful. Give the guy some time back there.
Burge is the backup quarterback here on the depth chart, so they're going to try and see if he can get some things going here. He played wide receiver for much of this first half. And Burge will hand it off this time to Boggs, and he goes nowhere with it.
North Montgomery's got 3 timeouts left, and so, I don't know where sportsmanship comes into play here, but I don't know if it's kosher to call your timeouts here to try to get another score on the board before the half. I just don't know where you draw the line.
Here's Burge again.
Look at that.
And he loses it.
That's a fumble.
It's a fumble. It's going to be picked up here by North Montgomery. So 3 straight drives, 3 straight turnovers here for the Hot Dogs.
I think you can make an argument that he was throwing that ball and saying, "Oh no, that's definitely a fumble." But again, it's one of those situations where as soon as he receives a snap, that defensive lineman is like 2 feet away from him. He can't even. I don't care if it's Barkley, if it's Burge, whoever you put back there, you're gonna have the same issues, and so it's just a tough go. It's a really tough go.
So now you give North Montgomery 54 seconds or so to try and.
With 3 timeouts
With
left.
3 timeouts to get into the end zone.
Yeah. That's tough. That is so tough.
So here's Dyson again in the pistol. 3 wide receivers to the far side.
Frankfort's blitzing here.
Dyson goes to the air again.
Great
This
pickup.
time has Mills. Flag on the play. He shakes and bakes outside. It's actually Jared Kirsch on the reception. Keeps his feet moving down to the 15-yard line. But once again, we will check the penalty marker on the far side, sitting at about the 30-yard line.
What's the flag? I mean, that was a great pass protection there by North Montgomery on that blitz.
If I were a betting man, this may be pass interference on. And looks like it's going to be an ineligible downfield here on North Montgomery.
Oh, wow.
So penalties have been the really big story here for the Chargers. They've had big play after big play, but also penalty after penalty with it.
Yeah, that's not a good combination there.
That's the 7th penalty this first half here on North Montgomery, and that also cost them about 11 seconds of the clock that they have to work with here to try to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there because that was such a huge gainer to bring that back and to lose the time. You don't want that.
So it's first down and 15 from the previous spot.
Safety creeping up again for the blitz.
Dyson with time. Heaves it downfield and overthrows his receiver looking for Kirsch again. And so that'll stop the clock and give Frankfort another down.
Should have stopped the clock, but I think it ran for a couple extra seconds there.
And so that'll put the ball back to the 42. Second down and long. Dyson again gets it outside this time to Thompson. Has some blocking upfield. Goes along the sideline, gets close to a first down, and he goes down to the 30-yard line. And if you're North Montgomery, you certainly try and maybe look for a timeout here, but it looks like they're not going to do it.
No, and that's what we were talking about earlier. I mean, it's where I think the sportsmanship comes into play here. I think it is kind of a bad move to call a timeout there in a situation when you're up 30-0.
Final play of the half. Dyson going right to the end zone, and it's intercepted here by Frankfort. And that is Castillo again in coverage. He's going to bring it back to the 30-yard line or so as time expires, and that'll bring us to the end of the half. So a positive note here for the Hot Dogs to end on here as Castillo gets right in front of Kirsch to negate the last-minute drive here from North Montgomery.
That's my Frankfort player of the game right there. That kid, he plays his butt off.
So Lalo Castillo avoids a touchdown and also avoids a running clock going into the second half. It's 30-0 with North Montgomery on top of Frankfort. We'll take a timeout here as the Day and Genda halftime show coming at you next here on the Hot Dog Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do about book club?
I don't know. Maybe read a book? Command IQ, you're my new best friend.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclincounty.org.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, Look Back options, and Pause Live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Welcome back to the Day and Genda Funeral halftime show here on the Hot Dog Network. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. Chris, and it was a long first half, to say the least, for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, but still got to shed some light on some of the positive notes, and particularly on defense. They had a lot of good showing on defense all that whole first half, but we can look at some highlights here. Again, the offense has just not really been there, but still had this one really big run here from Barkley. This is their longest play from scrimmage so far tonight.
Early in the game, it was very positive to see. Good play there by Barkley, but then it really became kind of the Ross Dyson show in the first half.
Along with Austin Sulk.
Montgomery, yeah. I think Dyson's got 3 of the 4 touchdowns so far early. You and I talked about it over, off the air, that North Montgomery is up 30-0, but they haven't played all that well, right? And so, have a bunch of penalties right now that have negated some really good plays. But again, when you're up 30-0, you're kind of nitpicking at times, right? So, see the interception there and take it back down the 5-yard line, and then shortly after, I think Dyson ran the ball in for another touchdown.
Indeed he did, but then, of course, Dennis Barkley just had a hard time throwing the ball tonight. That's the only completion he's had, but then some special teams play here by the Chargers, as Glasson was able to set the Chargers up again with some really good field position.
Dyson
and once
there,
again, Dyson just doing his thing, hitting it.
Thompson there, and Jaden Thompson takes it down to like the 2 or 3, and then Dyson right up the middle for another touchdown.
That would be his third touchdown of the evening, followed by this 2-point conversion here for Austin Sulk. But as we mentioned, many of the big plays that they had later on resulted in penalties, which were negated. But still, the bright spot for the Frankfort Hot Dogs has been Lalo Castillo. This is his second return on a kickoff so far tonight. That was above 50 yards or more.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's a really good football player. Like to really see the team have some success so we can get some more notoriety.
But still, Dyson been able to just keep things moving on the ground. A total for North Montgomery, 116 yards of offense on the ground. They have so far 250 yards overall. As against Sulk again, just getting it downfield there too. But still, this was about the time where North Montgomery was having a hard time really getting downfield, because as you saw there at the top of your screen, there was a flag that negated this particular big play by Jared Kirsch, and that backed them all the way up. And North Montgomery had a chance to get this over that 35 threshold. They couldn't do it in that first half.
No, give some credit to the Frankfort defense at the end of the first half. They played well, saw some really good things from the defensive line, and the secondary held up to get off the field so they couldn't get that 35-point lead.
Those are your halftime highlights, brought to you by Fiber Hawk. Fiber Fast Halftime Highlights. Also this halftime brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, again putting family first. This has been your Day and Genda Funeral Home halftime show. We'll go ahead and take another time out. The second half coming at you next right here on the Hot Dog Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclincounty.org.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable! Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello, has the first down.
Smith tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer.
He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line? Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Second half today brought to you by FiberHawk. FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering. Perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable. FiberHawk. Welcome back here to this contest as the Frankfort Hot Dogs find themselves down 30-0. Here going in to the third quarter. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. Chris, going into the second half here for the Hot Dogs, it's simply, as we said, just trying to find some rhythm on offense here going through the latter half of this contest.
Yeah, find some offense, find some rhythm, I should say. Get a few first downs. Again, just try to march the ball down the field. Be clean with your quarterback-center exchange. You know, give your quarterback some time to maneuver in the backfield, and hopefully if you can do that, you can get some positive yards.
Just over 200 yards of total offense in that first half there by North Montgomery compared to just 19 overall by Frankfort. That's certainly a hard number to swallow there if you're the Hot Dogs. And they also have had to kind of make a few adjustments in personnel as well. We saw Garrick Burge, who is normally a wide receiver, come in at quarterback. He is the backup quarterback on the depth chart here for the Hot Dogs, but coming in maybe a little earlier than what you probably might like to see him if that in that situation, if it calls for it.
But like we talked about, it doesn't matter who you have back there. If you don't get any protection up front, it's just not going to matter. So, you know, the positive side of this, we did see some really good things late in that first half with Frankfort. Their defensive line, I thought, played well at the end of the first half. The secondary was able to hold up to get to get North Montgomery off the field. So try to build on that and have some positive downs in the second half and see what happens.
So Frankfort won the toss at the beginning of this contest. They deferred to the second half, so that will give the Hot Dogs to start the second half with the football so they can at least try and keep things going on offense there the best they can. But still, we mentioned it during the halftime segment, the defense for the Hot Dogs, in spite of the fact they've given up 30 points, has not had a terrible game here this evening.
Yeah, they've been working with some really rough field position, so you know it's been tough. It's a tough go for them so far this game.
Lalo Castillo has an interception on defense, as we mentioned. He also has two very good kickoff returns past midfield to give Frankfort at least some life on offense. In fact, Frankfort has been as deep as the red zone for North Montgomery. Granted, that was off of a 5-yard game from Castillo
and
then
what?
had 30 yards of penalty yardage added on top of it after a holding call and then a personal foul after the fact from North Montgomery chirping at the officials while the ball was dead. So Frankfort has been able to get the ball down the field in one way or another. It's just a matter of trying to find the end zone here. 24 minutes of ball left to be played here at the Yard. Second half underway here on the Hot Dog Network. And this time it's going to be Garrick Burge who goes up the middle, has a little bit of a seam, sheds some tacklers, keeps moving, and gets back to the 40-yard line. Frankfort has really found its stride on special teams of all places here tonight.
Yeah, their special teams play has been really good in this game so far. Now if they can carry that over to their offense, that would really, really help.
And it looks like it's going to be Barkley who will be coming back out here as the quarterback. He was out in that position, rather, for the final series for Frankfort to end the first half. So Barkley back in. He has Boggs right behind him. They're going to pitch it to Boggs this time, and same old, as North Montgomery has just been able to penetrate right through the O-line of the Frankfort offense.
North Montgomery is just getting too much penetration for you to run any kind of long developing play. So any of these pitches or tosses outside are just not getting up to the line of scrimmage fast enough. So you're going to have to change up your scheme if you want to get some positive yards in this game.
Barkley again waiting for the call here from the sideline. They've certainly taken a while. They have a lot of play clock to work with, though. Barkley, high snap. He's going to go on the keeper, and again, he just gets smothered in the backfield there. Jacob Rice in on the initial tackle with a little bit of help as well from Jaden Thompson.
You know, I'm not going to take credit for this, but I just heard someone in the press box talking about, with the issues that you're having with the offensive line at Frankfort and the penetration that North Montgomery is showing, a screen pass would be a tremendous option right here if you can run that.
Just try and spread things out a little bit. Because both teams, offensively and defensively, have been living right within the tackle box for the last several plays. Clock continues to roll, and another bad snap, and Barkley has to fall on top of it, and another 3 and out here for the Hot Dogs.
It's not just that it's a 3 and out. It's going to be a 3 and out where North Montgomery is going to start with good field position again, right? So it's these issues are compounding, and it's making it really hard for Frankfort to do anything positively.
So Doug Wood back out here to handle the punting duties for the Hot Dogs. As the clock continues to roll, Wood is able to get his foot into it, but is going to be a high and short punt, but it still takes a hot dog bounce out to about the 44-yard line. So you mentioned good field position. It could have been a lot worse there if that hadn't been for that bounce, but still, North Montgomery has been averaging a starting field position tonight in plus territory.
I'm serious. I'm not sure when the last football game was that I saw where one team had such tremendous field position every time they touched the football.
And now North Montgomery has a chance to get that elusive score that could make this game a running clock if they get it in to the end zone.
See if they open up with a pass here. You're going to go see how they open this series up.
They've gone to the air an awful lot tonight. In fact, they have more passing plays than running plays do, the Chargers. And the Hot Dogs, more penetration inside that time. An excellent play up the gut that time there by the front line of the Hot Dogs.
They started the second half like they finished the first half with really, really good penetration with that defensive line.
That was Julio Rivero in on the initial tackle there.
And just as I said, it wouldn't be a bad idea with the penetration that Frankfort is getting for North Montgomery to try a screen pass here.
And that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. So the tackles for loss have certainly been racking up here for Frankfort this evening. Here's Dyson, back to the air. He dumps it off to that screen pass, as you mentioned, to Hopkins, but he can't reel it in.
They've tried kind of that little swing or getting the back out of the backfield, but Dyson has not been able to lead his receivers or his running backs with that play so far in this game.
Again, Ross Dyson, so far tonight, 72 yards through the air. He has, though, now missed his last 6 passes in a row.
I'm telling you, I mean, that's something really that Frankfort can build on. They've been really good defensively these last couple of possessions.
Dyson, a 3-sport athlete for North Montgomery, as we get laundry all over the field. And it will be another penalty here on North Montgomery, it appears.
You know what? I'm going to give North Montgomery some credit on that. Frankfort is doing a lot of late defensive line shifting, and I'm telling you, I would have jumped several times in this game today, but I don't even think they did that time. I think one of the linemen just really turned his head because I didn't see much movement at all there.
Either way, the officials saw some
movement.
It.
That's right.
And that'll back them up another 5 yards to make it 3rd down and very long here for North Montgomery.
I don't know what kind of play you have here for a 3rd and 20.
Dyson, once again, has a lot of time. He's going to lob it downfield into some traffic, nearly picked off. And there's going to be some pass interference here by one of these two players, Castillo, again on the coverage.
Better hope it's offensive interference. I don't know. That defense didn't do anything there. I don't know.
And we're awaiting the conference of the officials here. It certainly appears that it will be offensive pass interference as both teams coming back here to the previous spot of the ball, and it's going to be pass interference on the defense. Oh, my goodness.
Listen, I don't want to get on the officials, but I absolutely disagree with this call. I don't know what you're supposed to do as a defender in this situation. The ball's up in the air. You're jumping for the ball.
It was a 50-50 ball.
Absolutely. There's nothing the defense could have done there. There's no interference there.
Luckily in high school football, for North Montgomery anyway, it is, rather for Frankfort, it is not a spot foul. It is 15 yards from the previous spot as Dyson is able to meander his way forward, and he has enough for a 1st down.
You know, I still hate to see that for Frankfort. They've been playing so well defensively in the last couple possessions, and to have that call, I mean, it really breaks your momentum and breaks your stride there. Just not a good call there.
It has certainly been a clunky middle part of football here for North Montgomery in particular. Again, they put up 30 points, but they have not looked crisp on both sides of the ball all night. So Dyson still with about 20 seconds on the play clock here. Has some time. He checks down to his receiver, Thompson. He cuts back to the middle and gets across the 20-yard line, and he has enough for another 1st down.
Lalo Castillo on the tackle, man. He is a sure tackler. Once he gets his hands on you, you're going down.
Gain of about 13 yards on the play, and Chris, that is the first pass in the last 8 that they've finally been able to complete and move down the field without an incompletion or a penalty.
Yeah, you know what, though? I give credit to the Frankfort defense for that. They've really been causing them some issues. Defensive line has gotten tremendous penetration and made it tough on Dyson.
Line to gain is the 10-yard line here for North Montgomery. Hand off to Hopkins. He turns it upfield, gets the 1st down, and a lot more inside the 5.
Yeah, that guy would not be fun to tackle there. Hopkins got a similar build to Ross Dyson, man.
Noah Hopkins, 6'1", 205-pound junior. Built like a linebacker, certainly plays like a linebacker on defense, but also is able to get some yards on the offensive side of the ball. 1st down and goal to go here for the Chargers. Dyson takes his time. Here's Hopkins, cuts up the middle into the end zone for a North Montgomery touchdown, and that, Chris, puts us over the threshold. We're at a running clock for the remainder of this ball game.
Yeah, just, I feel for Frankfort. That pass interference call really hurt the drive for them. They were playing really good defense.
So that makes it 36-0 and another 2-point conversion opportunity for North Montgomery. They are 3 of 4 on 2-point conversions this evening. Here's Dyson. Fakes the handoff, looks to the end zone, and Kirsch just overruns his route a little bit. But still, we make it a 36-0 ball game. Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. And so with this running clock now here, Chris, that changes kind of the whole dynamic of the rest of this ball game here, as you have limited time to accomplish whatever you can.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're Frankfurt, I'd just like to see you keep doing things in a positive manner. Really like that last defensive possession. It was taken away by a really tough pass interference call, in my opinion. I thought that was some really good coverage in the secondary by Frankfurt. Their defensive line has played well. I know the score doesn't indicate that, but they're going to see a lot of good things on film study on that defensive line tomorrow.
Again, the sectional pairing show is going to be on Sunday. Both of these teams will learn who they will be facing in the opening round of sectionals coming up here in just over 2 weeks. Frankfort will have to go on the road to face Crawfordsville to close out the season here next week, as North Montgomery will put this ball back in play. And it is Castillo again. Castillo, flag on the play. It may be a block in the back here on Frankfort. We'll check the penalty as Castillo's able to get that back to the 45. We'll take a look at this one again. We may have caught the penalty here. And yet there it is, just a slight little shove in the back there for Frankfort. So that's going to be a block in the back and negate another decent return there by Lalo Castillo.
And there's no question that was a block in the back, but I still think that play there has no bearing on the outcome. I don't think that guy's going to be able to make the tackle anyway. So, I think that's one you can kind of keep your flag in the pocket and kind of coach the guy up when you run past him, right?
So after that, it'll back the Hot Dogs up to inside their own 25-yard line.
First and 10 for Frankfort. Ball spotted on their own 24.
Is Barkley back as our quarterback? Trying to see.
And it appears so. So again, Barkley has only missed one series so far today. Garrick Burge had to come in for a little while. But it has been Barkley ever since the start of the third quarter. Barkley with Castillo in motion. He gives it to him. Castillo with the stiff arm. Sheds another tackler, is able to move forward, and he gains at least a yard on that play.
Good job by Lalo making something out of absolutely nothing there. You should have had a 5-yard loss on this play.
The Chargers tonight looking for program win number 311 this evening. North Montgomery has certainly been trying to negate some lack of discipline on the field all season long. In fact, last year at this juncture, they had 15 turnovers all year long, as Castillo turns the corner again, and he gets upfield, and a nice gainer there and a first down.
Just continues to make things happen. Got a little misdirection play, get on a little sweep here. Good blocking out front by Frankfort.
An 11-yard gain there for Castillo.
Is there a flag? Oh, my goodness. Another flag.
And we have a yes, indeed. You had a flag here. We didn't see that at the outset. And it looks like it may be against
Frankfort.
Against Frankfort here. And the coaching staff on the sideline not happy with their personnel on the field. So it looks like it's just going to be a holding penalty here. So that'll be negating the 11-yard gain and negating the first down. Instead, backs them up 10 yards.
1 step forward and 2 steps back continually.
It's been the name of the game tonight here for Frankfort. Castillo back in motion. Here's Barkley. Tries to shake off the would-be tackler, and he gets pushed out of bounds there. Way to go there for Barkley, though, to kind of take that hit and just walk out of bounds.
Yeah, he's going to have something to talk about after this.
Although that slight hesitation gave his tackler just a little bit more time to come grab him there.
I tell you what, Barkley's a lot smaller than the guy that hit him, and he took the best of that one.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 13. Barkley going to the air. Has his man. Turning around is Burge, and he's going to try and fight for the first down. He gets right down to the pylon, but he's going to be about a yard shy.
Nice job.
Second completed pass tonight, and that's good for about 11 yards.
It'll make for a manageable 4th down.
And Frankfort appears that they're going to be trying to go for it here.
Yeah,
at this point, why not?
Absolutely, you have to at this point.
So 4th down and 1 to try and keep the drive alive. It'll actually be 4th down and a short 2, and a timeout is going to be taken here on the field, and it'll be taken by Frankfort. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care that you need. For more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com.
I'm telling you, Kurt, I was watching Frankfort kind of lined up in that last play and saw Lalo Castillo kind of running out in a wide receiver formation. In a 4th and 1 situation, I'm not going to have him out there. I'm going to have him probably somewhere in the backfield. He's been a playmaker for you all game. Got to find a way to get the ball in his hands and let him do something.
At this point, just find Castillo and let him do what he does best.
Yeah,
he is certainly a heck of an athlete, a 3-sport athlete here at Frankfort. He plays basketball in the winter and then is a heck of a baseball player in the spring on a very good baseball program here at Frankfort. So about a minute and some change here for Frankfort in the 3rd quarter. Barkley hands it off to Boggs. He gets the first down and a lot more moving forward. He just lowered his shoulder and kept moving forward, did Boggs, his best run of the night.
Well, the thing is, you got the ball to him quickly and gave him a chance to get his momentum going, and he did the rest. Very nicely done.
Gain of about 14 yards there for Boggs. And the Hot Dogs are moving. Barkley again. He goes to the air, fires over the middle, tipped up and dropped. That was a gift-wrapped interception there for North Montgomery. That was dropped there by the Chargers.
Lalo fell down, and that gave the defender a clear target for the interception, and he just dropped it.
That was Lucas Leidy, who had his hands on the ball there for the Chargers, and he just simply dropped it.
It's probably going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter unless they can get the ball snapped here pretty quickly.
Big break there for Frankfort on this drive. And that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3. The 4th and final quarter, it's 36-0. North Montgomery all over Frankfort here on the Hot Dog Network and ISC.
running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
We're going to the fourth and final quarter here of this one. It's week number 8 of high school football throughout the state of Indiana. We are getting close to postseason time. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling. 12 minutes of play left to go, and as the score indicates, we are in a running clock situation. So the Hot Dogs only have limited time here for the rest of this ball game, but still, we've been talking off air. Even though the offense hasn't really looked up to snuff, there have still been some bright spots for the Hot Dogs to look at here this game.
Really has been. Another fumbled snap there.
Dropped fumble, but still a pass completed over the middle and going downfield. This time it's going to be Dakota Fisher. He goes all the way. What a play there by Dakota Fisher. And there is the patented light show here at the Yard.
They've been waiting a while to be.
They have been waiting all night long to show this off. How about that? A bobbled snap picked up there by Barkley, and then has Fisher sheds not one but 2 tackles and goes 52 yards. A heck of a block there as well by Burge.
I was just going to say, give Garrett Burge.
Oh, wait, hang on a sec. We have a flag on the play here.
Oh, no.
We have a flag on the play.
I think
it's going to be an ineligible man downfield on Frankfort. That negates the touchdown. What a heartbreaking turn of events right there for the Hot Dogs. We got to see the light show and everything, and it's all for naught.
I was just going to say, we better check to make sure there's no flags before we do the light show.
You jinxed it there, my friend.
No.
It's the broadcaster's jinx.
No.
So what was a heck of a play there for Dakota Fisher. He ran 60 yards, all for naught right there.
Listen, someone needs to get Garrett Burge that highlight of that block, and he needs to play that on a loop everywhere he goes from now on.
That was a heck of a block there by Burge as we get a fumble on the pitch. It's picked up there by Boggs, and he gets tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Oh, my goodness. That hurts.
That hurts even me.
Oh, man.
You certainly feel for the team in that situation.
If you're the official, can you kind of keep that flag in your pocket there, maybe? Is it going to hurt? Sometimes you got to have a little situational awareness, all right?
Just sometimes. So it's third down and long here for the Hot Dogs. Barkley again going to the air, and he throws it right to the feet there of Garrick Burge. This drive brought to you by Ardente Dental, which offers high-tech dentistry and at a professional touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or are with us for years, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life.
You know, if you're the Hot Dogs, you got to hope that the amount of experience that Dennis Barkley is getting here as a sophomore, I know it's not the best experience you're getting, but this playing time has to help him going into the future.
Four down territory again here for Frankfort, getting as many reps as they can. Again, they have to get to the 46-yard line on the opposite side of the field. They're sitting at their own 34. High snap again. Barkley unloads down to the right side, has Castillo, and he drops it right there, which would have been a first down. And Lalo Castillo, knowing he had the first down in hand, drops it.
Lalo, my guy. Oh, the only thing you've done wrong tonight, buddy. Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts.
So there's a turnover on downs, and North Montgomery can again try and put this one away here over the final 8 minutes. Again, clock continues to run. North Montgomery is going to have a tall task here to close out the regular season next week. They're going to be at home against a tough Danville team, which right now sits second in the Sagamore Conference standings behind Tri-West, who still remains undefeated going into this week.
You know, Kurt, I wonder what kind of additional price tag that light show came with the lights. I mean, you know, it's pretty impressive, man. I like that. That's got to be a kind of a costly addition, I would imagine, though.
Certainly worth it to me. That was fun.
I know.
I'm glad we at least got to see it, even though it was all for naught.
I feel like I just hit a home run, man. He had the light show.
Fumble on the play, and Frankfort comes away with it as the Chargers have their backup quarterback in now, and that is Tyler Thompson, the freshman, who fumbles the snap. And it's recovered there by the Hot Dogs. That is Caden Fry with the fumble recovery.
We've called his name before tonight. He has been very good up front. And like we've said several times on this broadcast, this Frankfort Hot Dog defensive line has nothing to hang their heads about.
That fumble recovery brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, which is the coalition committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. Find out more about what they do by visiting healthyclintoncounty.org. So the Hot Dogs with a break here in the fourth and final quarter. Barkley going to go on the keeper. Has a stiff arm to shed a tackler, and he moves forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Hold on to that football, young man.
Dennis Barkley has certainly had some flashes of what could be a really good quarterback here for the Hot Dogs in future years.
Yep. That's really all you can do right now. Just get him the experience, and hopefully that helps you in the future.
Second down and a long 6. Barkley fakes the handoff to Boggs. He turns on the afterburners, gets a first down, and turns the corner and is tackled out of bounds. Another big run there by Barkley. That's the second time he's done that tonight.
Tell you what, man, he's a tough kid. The youngster, man, he's not really big, but man, he is not afraid of the contact.
19 yards on the carry there, just shy of a 20-yard gain there for young Mr. Barkley. So Frankfort has been a little bit better moving the ball here of late. Barkley gives it off now to, this time, their big man. Going downfield that time for the Hot Dogs
Jackson Woods.
Was Jackson Woods, who has a few carries this season. They use him in times like these a little bit when they really need to hammer out some yards, and he has a big scamper there for 9.
Call him Jackson Allstott. That's what he looked like out there, man.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Joliet, Illinois native. That's my hometown. Mr. Mike Allstott, baby.
And once again, Woods in the backfield. Barkley fumbles the snap. He has to pick it up, and he had his knee down the moment he touched the ball, so that blows the play dead. It'll be a loss of a yard.
Man, that is just a play they have to work on over and over again, because there's too many times throughout the course of a football game where they just botch that center quarterback exchange. And that's whether it's in the shotgun or if they take it under center.
And it's been the center of what has been the majority of their turnovers all night long.
Correct.
So far they have 2 fumbles that have been lost. And Barkley has also thrown an interception this as well. Barkley pitches it outside to Woods, follows his blockers. He's going to be close to a first down. He gets tackled just a little shy, but it's a gain of 3. So Jackson Woods getting a lot of touches here late. So it'll be 4th down and a short 2 yards here for Frankfort. They've converted 1 4th down so far here on this drive.
Got to give this ball to Boggs going downhill.
And it's Boggs back into the backfield.
Give it to Boggs. Let him go downhill.
And that's exactly what they do. He goes more than downhill. He falls off a cliff right there and gets the first down.
Really get pushed by the offensive line on that short down play.
So Frankfort is moving.
Come on, guys. Get down the field. I want to see the light show again.
We all certainly want to see it again.
Who's controlling that light show up here?
Here's Boggs again.
Keep going. Hold on to the
keeps
football.
careening
Hold on to the football.
and striding and keeps his feet churning, but we have a flag on the play. So this could be a first down here if the play stands. And that is indeed going to be the case. So the flag is going to be picked up, or it's going to be a personal foul, rather, a face mask on North Montgomery. So that gives an extra few yards from the end of the play. And Frankfort can now try and punch it in here. It's 1st and goal.
Now you're working against the clock, though. That's the problem. This is when the running clock really hurts you.
It does not stop unless you call a timeout. Barkley hands it off to Boggs. He keeps moving and is short. He fumbles the ball, it looks like, but he may have been down before the ball came out, and indeed that's the case.
Okay, so here's the other question when you're talking about sportsmanship, right? You know, North Montgomery did the right thing in the first half, but is it okay for Frankfort to call a timeout in this situation to get themselves together to try to score a touchdown? I mean, some folks would say that's not okay, right?
Rolling snap goes right to Barkley. He powers into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Frankfort. No flag on the play this time. And there's the patented light show again here at the Yard. This is such a fun thing to look at. 4 yards there on the carry there by Barkley. And Frankfort is able to avoid the shutout here as time keeps moving down. It's about 30 seconds left to go here, and Frankfort going to try and go for 2. Barkley gives it off to Castillo. He tries to shed a tackler. He falls forward and is just a little shy, and that will be a failed attempt there on the 2-point conversion. So the clock stopped now at 8 seconds, so we're going to get at least one more play here, it appears, from North Montgomery when they get the ball back here. So I think I'd say now is a good time to hand out our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game here, Chris, as we still have a few more seconds left to go here. In fact, you have the players lining up to get ready to go through the post-game handshake, but we still have to get a few more ticks of the clock here. But anyway, our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game, Lalo Castillo.
Yeah, it's just a good athlete, great football player. Really like the things he did on this football field tonight. Congratulations, Lalo.
Lalo again with 2 really good kickoff returns. He also has an interception on defense and a few other powerful runs as well. So Lalo Castillo, your Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. So 8.3 seconds left to go here. Again, both teams were anticipating to go through the handshake line here, but because of circumstance and procedure that follows, we have to get at least a couple more plays off here before the end of the ball game. So the North Montgomery Chargers will move to 5-3 on the year. They'll move to 4-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, Frankfort still looking for that elusive conference win here this season. They will drop to 0-6 on the year. They can try and get that conference win on the road at Crawfordsville here next week. Again, the final home game of the regular season here for Frankfort tonight. And depending on who they draw in the sectional, they could be back here again for at least one more home game. So here's the kickoff. and the subsequent roll of the clock. As North Montgomery just going to try and move as much clock as they can off, and that brings us to the end of the ball game. So no offensive play here for North Montgomery. We've gone final, 36-6. The Hot Dogs falling short here to North Montgomery and the Chargers here. Well, Chris, needless to say, North Montgomery, they did exactly just enough that they needed to do to come away with this one, even though Frankfort certainly down here, certainly some things to build on here for the Hot Dogs going forward.
Yeah, North Montgomery obviously was a better team tonight, but Frankfort did do some things, especially on defense, that you really can build off of. So hopefully they can build off that and get better for the remainder of the year.
A pleasure working with you tonight, my friend.
Same here, sir.
Final score once again, 36-6. North Montgomery knocks off the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Thanks again to our Hot Dog Network crew assembled here tonight. For Chris Walker, I'm Kurt Darling, saying so long till next time. You've been watching Hot Dog Football here on the Hot Dog Network and ISC.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video